Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. I'm out here with the lemurs. By the way, lemurs love Cheerios. Cheerios are like crack cocaine to a lemur. I mean, there's nothing they wouldn't do for it. They are addicted. They love these things. Now, we have these lemurs and have had them for some time. And every year we'll get babies. And our kids love to name the baby lemurs. But when they name these lemurs, all they're really doing is putting a label on them so that they can claim them for later. And that's fine. That's a good thing to do with lemurs. But what I want to talk to you about are biblical names, specifically the biblical names for Jesus, because they're not simply labels. It's not simply a sound we like to hear. If it was the sound we like to hear, we better start saying Jesus in its Hebrew, Yehoshua, or maybe in its Greek, Jesus, but we don't. It's not the sound, it's not the magic behind the name, as if uttering the name of Jesus has magic potential. The name in the Bible is a reference to the power, that's manifested in the character of the person. It's who that person is. There's a reason that sometimes the word name in the Bible is even just translated as he is, because it's a statement of who you are. It's a statement of your character. So when we look at the names of Jesus, like I'm doing from this book this week, we're looking at names that talk about who you are. Now, I'm standing here with lemurs, but one of the ways Jesus says we are to know him, one of who he is, he said in John, it's Good Shepherd in this book. And that's after John 10:11, where Jesus said, I am the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. And that's something God is for us. God, Jesus, is a good shepherd who looks after us, who not only offers us food that we need physically, spiritually, he offers us food as well. He will, look at this, these lemurs, they just love this stuff, man. They just keep eating it. He will feed you spiritually. In fact, he says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. They'll be satisfied. Jesus wants us to not only feast, but to find our feast with him. He says, behold, I stand at the door and knock, because he wants, and those that will answer and invite him in, he'll come in and have supper with us. Over and over and over, we see in his life him eating with all sorts of people. He eats with the Holy Joes, but he also eats with the prostitutes and the tax collectors. Jesus seeks out a relationship, and his relationship with us is one of a good shepherd, someone who tends to us, who watches over us, who nourishes us, who protects us. So my question for you today, and my thought for the day for me, is this: where do I need a good shepherd? Do I come to Jesus as a good shepherd? Do I seek in Jesus someone who will minister to me, someone who will give me direction, someone who will keep me on the straight and narrow? Because that's what I need. I fear all too often Jesus as my shepherd is someone I ignore, someone I run from, and yet we have the promise. And this promise links back to maybe the most famous psalm of all, Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, so I won't have anything that I need that I want. I will not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness because of who he is. That's a reflection on him as the shepherd. What path does he lead us? He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake, because of him. He prepares a table for me in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life because Jesus is my shepherd. And that's your video thought for the day.